Meantime, speaking of evidence that Twitter doesn't quite like, the Black Sunday bushfires, or the Black Summer bushfires, guess what an inquiry has confirmed? We need to clear our land. In the same way that there is an eradication strategy when it comes to the virus, where you want to get rid of all of the fuel, i.e. us, that might spread the virus around, the suggestion inside this Fire Commission report is that we should have increasing our funding to hazard reduction burns. We should have prescribed burns that take place closer to towns rather than k's away. We should upgrade the equipment that the RFS actually use. We should establish a world-leading bushfire research hub. We should invest in ecosystem and land monitoring to study the interaction between fire with drought and changes in the landscape. All sensible stuff. Eradication, apparently only for the virus, not eradication when it comes to something like a bushfire. And despite the fact that I have for years on this program talked about not just universities' march to the left, but more importantly, their march towards Beijing, as they know that foreign students will end up filling their coffers. We screamed from the rooftops when there was a small alarm going off. The alarm was that an Australian charity couldn't give money away to universities to set up a course in Western civilisation. Good, bad and ugly, but still. Yet the Confucius Institute with China, where they decide what the curriculum is, who the teachers are, if that burrows into an organisation and then you take foreign students, well, they of course then turn around and bitch and moan if you say things like what's going on in Hong Kong isn't okay. So interesting to note today that the University of Queensland and James Cook University are apparently going to back a free speech inquiry. I'm giggling about the University of Queensland. There are limits on freedom of speech. Oh, by the way, this was a editorial that even made it into the Channel 9 papers. The ones who always say we should find a way for foreign students to come here, after the University of New South Wales had its tweetgate. This is where the story about criticising Hong Kong was deleted, then replaced. There are limits on freedom of speech, really. But avoiding offence is not one of them. This is the view of the Herald, by the way, not a hard right-wing think tank. Can we all remember that sentence when they bitch and moan about things we say here? The Chinese nationalists who protested at the University of New South Wales article would do well to remember that.